Oliver Barker release a audio or chair say na kanda pa per se or bribe no said ye beya obejai fix the country demonstrations na omoyenu na ma NPP aso adwono aha mago life be subscribe like and share video no from fix the country organization be a omo homene so Ghana ha omo hwe se niam ekoso aban mu no omani anyo ho eno nti no omete agumontene ayo ye kire kosi se aban be yo mapede ade amon na munya de betwem kra ye insuo mo nsensem no galamsey die no eno ene medit ma na che se edwa NPP for party no omasum ye pomoche se na eka ho bi ena galamsey no eto ati say na ne nyina mo no ye chichi bi de omo court na akoye back and forth ye be mo bill ye mo bill ni ake but ne de ya mo bia bill la omo di course akoniaba na eno mo no ena Oliver release audio ono ena say kanda pa at the Sunday na person Bible ni couldn't quote audio no Emma.
No, I mean I think that and this is one of the things which is important for both of us to stress that the only way this can work is through a process of conversation, that we understand that the interests are shared. I mean, the question of how we deal with the youth problem is something that unites so many people, you know. And I don't think that this is something that's it's necessarily opposed to or against government or per se, as you have appreciated that the conversations that is going on, people don't want to engage within a party-based framework. And we want to remove the conversation from that sense, you know. If there's been any frustration, it's just been in the initial responses, I guess. But I think we can reset and get somewhere on that.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Now, substantively, it's about how we do that.
Okay.
You know, and I think, you know, perhaps maybe there has been a bit of misunderstanding between us because it is important that even as we engage, there's a sense of legitimacy to what we engage in. And I was saying that, especially with the first meeting, what was going on around is that there was secret and underhand dealings that we didn't want to communicate what had been talked about in the meeting. And you know, in the way in which you communicate with various people who have anxieties and a long sense of distrust, it is important that they feel a sense that, no, you are in their camp. And that's how a lot of those conversations have gone in that direction. So I hope we can put some structure down about that engagement process.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned now, I think the immediate thing is for me to come to Ghana. And how we make that work.
Okay.
So this is where I hand over to you.
Okay, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
You can have my way for it. Your friend, the general, can also be the witness. There is no way that the security agencies will do anything to you if you come to Ghana at all. You can rest assured that will never be our intention. I will never do that.
Yeah.
Number two, quietly between the two of us, I should have no difficulty facilitating your trip.
Yeah.
In terms of logistics for you to be able to come down. And we can start talking. Probably the two of us can talk. Later, I will want my colleague, the Minister of Finance alone, to join me, and some of your police can also join you.
Okay.
And we can have series of conversations when we get to the point where we think we should make it public or we think we should enlarge it. We will then go from there.
Okay. In terms of the logistics of my coming itself, I mean, I appreciate the offer, but I think I would handle that. I mean, on my end.
No problem.
But I also wanted to have a sense, perhaps, of, initial scheduling, and in terms of the schedule of meetings we were thinking about, because I think I could be in Ghana by Thursday.
Okay. So we can have a first meeting on Friday.
Okay.
And probably get the Minister of Finance to join us over the weekend.
Okay. That seems like a good approach. And in the initial meeting, depending on how you'd want that enlarged as well. I mean, I had floated the idea about 2 to 3 people in that conversation. But if you feel like a smaller group is better, let me know what you're thinking is on that.
Actually, that also can work. You can come with 3 people or 4, whatever. But in that case, let me also come with the Minister of Finance.
Yeah. I mean, I think in terms of those you are coming with, I leave you to make that determination for yourself. But I suppose we both appreciate as well that in the beginning, the smaller you keep it, the more easier it is to
exactly.
to reach certain compromises as well.
Yes. I want the Minister of Finance to be there because I know what his thinking is on this matter, and I know you will have a much better understanding than some of my.
Right.
So yes, we can fix a meeting for Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. If there's that should work then. I mean, how do we then continue the conversation? We can continue to route it through General Kotia.
Exactly.
If that's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you then.
Let me question before you continue.
Yeah.
First meeting, do you want it in a secret location or you want it, the minister can host it at his office? Which one do you prefer? No. We will host it in one of my safe houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's also important that we manage the conversation around that. And by that I mean, so maybe the safe houses might make sense.
Okay.
And then in terms of the mediation process, I mean, I don't know, again, I wouldn't presume to know how structurally it works within the national security and how it relates with the armed forces. But I was wondering whether there's space for General Kotia as mediator to be there. Well, this is something you would have to think about.
Yes, I think both the Minister of Finance and myself have absolute confidence in him.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, that works then.
Okay. That's good.
I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, you too. Have a nice one.
Thank you so much.
Sir, a computer generated, sir, a call and casa, a course one courts, and a decided, Sassano, and your drew courts, be a haddy, yenny cafam. The basic young so a rather some Imago Life Media, so I don't know. Can so best subscribe, go by like it. Now she video no, a dear marvel for. I think so ya about to a fee. Kona koto waba, no kutsnefi, ding. I say the enable. Maybe Adam Sanota.